Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be talking about the Matt Reeves Batman movie. It's going to be coming out in 2021, I believe in July. And basically, all the info about it, I really haven't been able to talk about it. I haven't had time, and I really, wanted to wait because recently we've been getting like just a random flood of info about this movie in terms of casting, who's going to be involved, what it's going to be like, and how it's going to be inspired. Just a whole bunch of things that are really exciting. And, also how it also might branch off into spin off movies for certain Batman characters, which would be just incredible. But just starting off with the cast is just star studded, right? It's an incredible, talented cast. We have Robert Pattinson, who's going to be playing Batman, Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, which also confirms that it's not going to be in the DCEU, which fuck yes. Oh my god. Matt Reeves has full reign to do whatever he wants. If he was limited by the DCEU, you know how bad that would be? He would literally only have one Robin, at least from what we know. It's considering that Dick Grayson's the one that died in BVS. He would only have one Robin. He would start killing or start being more brutal after that. It would just be a mess, all right? It would just be bad. It wouldn't be a good thing, all right? It's good that Matt Reeves has full control over this universe and, of course, the character of Batman. We have Zoe Kravitz as, of course, Catwoman, and then we have Paul Dano as Riddler, and then we have two other actors who are in talks right now, and that's Andy Serkis as Alfred, which after a lot of consideration, I thought it was really good. And then we have one more guy, and I completely blanked on his name, but I thought Andy Serkis would play a pretty good Penguin, not an Alfred. Alfred kind of seems out of touch, but of course, he is a gentleman, he is a good guy, and I don't know. It just seems like the pairing of Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis seems a little bit weird, but if it's done right, I can see them doing it pretty well, especially with Andy Serkis. He could pull off that character easily. It's just about the looks, It's really like he doesn't fit that role. He looks more of like a villain, which is why I think he would be a better Penguin. I think that he would actually pull off a good voice for Penguin. He actually could, gain some weight for the role. Who knows? I just think that he would fit that role better than Alfred, but Alfred's fine too. I'm completely okay with that. But so far, so good. It's really, really good how Matt Reeves and whoever the casting director is going about this. We have the composer who did, I forgot, I think he did Lost or something. He also did the Planet of the Apes movies, which is awesome. I mean, War of the Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite scores ever. So, I really can't wait to see what he's going to be doing for this. He already made the theme song, and he already gave it to Matt Reeves for Matt Reeves to have some, ideas. So that's really cool. He's so excited. Like, he's not even going to get to work until after the movie's shot, which would be next year or after next year. And, so he's already made part of the soundtrack. He's really excited, so that's a good sign as well. The movie itself is apparently, or at least what we know or what we've heard, is going to be set in the 90s. It's going to have a noir detective type, feel to it, and of course, it's going to be inspired by The Long Halloween, which, oh my God, yes, a lot of people try to say that The Dark Knight was inspired by The Long Halloween, and to some extent, kind of, in a way. The Gordon Batman Harvey relationship was, but besides that, and even in that, the meaning behind what they're doing was similar, but it just wasn't The Long Halloween. I think a lot of people see The Long Halloween more as a murder mystery than a team up with Gordon and Harvey Dent. It's the downfall of Harvey Dent, the realization that Batman has about Gotham City and how he's needed. And, it's a really cool story, and I think that it's a perfect story for a detective style. If it's set in the 90s, that's even better. There's a really good way to kind of interweave the 90s setting of Gotham with, of course, the story itself. And I really hope that they do that type of Long Halloween story where somebody dies or it is like a holiday killer. And if they do the holiday killer, I mean, this movie is just made for me. If it's something along those lines, if it's that deep, oh my God, I'm gonna love it. But it's also said that it's going to be kind of like the animated series. So all of the villains are kind of already established. Batman's already out there. And, we're going to get that Batman animated style or Arkham style feel. So, in that respect, it's true Batman. It's something that a lot of people see as the most accurate version of Batman in media, which is, of course, the animated series. And, of course, coupled with that is the Arkham games. The Arkham games was written by the person who actually wrote a lot of course, the Batman animated series. And Paul Dini was, of course, the one who brought in Kevin Conroy and brought in Mark Hamill and I forgot her name, something Sirkin, who also did Harley Quinn, got the main trio for that, and then kind of try to make it a darker version of the animated series. So this is going to be along those lines. If it's going to be along those lines, yes, please, Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves seems like he knows what he's doing. He's really spot on with a lot of what's going on, or at least what we've been hearing. And just that alone, him taking inspiration, or at least trying to take the style and tone of the animated series and trying to make it darker, or at least try to make it in between like dark and that kid friendly, not kid friendly, but that really goofy style of Batman. I really, really want to see how that's going to be done, and I can't wait for this. It's going to be amazing. Like, my expectations are high, but it's Matt Reeves with a star-studded cast, interpreting or at least adapting a very almost amazingly perfect Batman story for a movie. And just talking about the spin-offs, if this is the case, if Robin does appear in this movie, which would be, kind of a shocker, I think a lot of people would like it. I would personally like it. If he does show up in this movie, though, that's a great way to start the spin-off movies. You could have a Catwoman spin-off movie, I guess. You could definitely have something like that. But a Robin spin-off movie where he becomes Nightwing, or a Batgirl spin-off movie with of course, Jeffrey Wright as one of the main characters, then that's something that I think a lot of people are going to be interested to see for this universe, and how Matt Reeves kind of constructs a Batman cinematic universe, because that really hasn't been done. In a way, the Marvel Cinematic Universe focused on a majority of the DC, or I'm sorry, the Marvel characters. So if it's just focusing on Batman, I think it's a good way to set off a bunch of other cinematic universes for these solo characters. Although they won't be interacting with each other, maybe somewhere down the line, after you have a bunch of these solo universes, like Batman has his own with a bunch of different characters, spoiler, and Tim Drake comes along and Jason Todd gets involved. Who knows, right? There's a lot that you can do if they're going to continue this for 10 years. But if you also do a Superman cinematic universe where you try to do the same thing, right? Or even a Green Lantern cinematic universe where you have all these different lanterns who are doing different things, kind of connecting the universe throughout itself. If that is what they try to do, and then connect it into a Justice League movie that also has its own cinematic universe that's just tied into all these other ones, I think it would be really cool. It would be really nice to see, because then you would have much more development on these specific interpretations of these characters than just one movie, and then you have Batman, and then you have Wonder Woman, and then you have the Justice League. That's wild. That's a really not a good idea to go with. So having these characters get developed within their own cinematic universe and then kind of teamed up inside of a Justice League movie would be nice. And having Matt Reeves kind of be at the helm of that, it's beautiful. It's perfect. I really cannot wait to see what Matt Reeves is going to be doing with his version of Batman. How, compared to all the other Batmans who have been, I wouldn't say not comic accurate, but let's take a look real quick. You have Affleck. I mean, I don't know if I have to say anything else, but he's a murderer. You can't get over that fact. He's killed a lot of people, and at the end, his arc really doesn't say that he won't stop killing. It just says that, he could be better. And essentially, it's just he just brushes off the hundreds of people he tried to kill, or he has killed, in the pursuit of trying to kill Superman. He just brushes that off as, we could do better. But, he should be doing better. Whatever. Nolan. The entire trilogy is meant to be grounded. It's not supposed to be goofy or anything like the comics, so it's not really comic accurate. To a certain extent, it takes the Batman characters and just sets them into a world that is super, ultra realistic. And that's fine. It was great. In some interpretations, Batman would be much smarter than to fall for Joker's trick with the whole, taking Harvey and Rachel thing. He would try to at least plan it out a little bit smarter, but, not every character has to be perfect. Nolan, so far, is definitely the closest to what we've gotten to an accurate Batman. Michael Keaton. Dude, this guy smiles when he's murdering people. I can't say anything else. He's insane. He's insane. Compared to Affleck, Michael Keaton's a little bit fucking nuts, you know? But out of the three, out of like the main three Batman, the closest one we've gotten to the comics is Adam West. He hasn't killed anybody on purpose like Batman in The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises has, or BVS and you know, Batman 89. You know, Adam West accidentally did it one fucking time, all right? One time. And it was on accident. He didn't even know it was going to happen. He's the closest to like the 60s comics that we've ever gotten. But besides that, the most modern, like closest thing that we've gotten for a modern Batman is Nolan. But even then, he makes some stupid decisions and does some stupid things, like especially just retiring for 12 years. I'm expecting something different here from Reeves. Reeves seems like he knows what he's doing. You know, it seems like he knows the character of Batman and he wants to at least adapt the version that most people want to see on screen. You know, the one that is at least true to form. And, you know, a lot like the animated series, a lot like the Arkham games. That was a very true to form Batman compared to all the other ones. And if we get something like that, fuck yes. This movie is going to be incredible, and I don't care what anybody else says. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys excited for all of this? I mean, just all of this information is super incredible, especially the cast itself. I'm really excited just for the cast alone. But the fact that, you know, Reeves knows what he's doing, he knows how to really work this character. And even Robert Pattinson with his recent interviews saying, you know, Batman's not a hero. You know, he's a morally questionable character. And a lot of people interpreting that as Batman killing, even though, you know, Batman himself has said that he's not a hero and he's not a good guy. You know, it seems like Robert Pattinson even knows the character more than most Batman fans. So it's really cool. It's really exciting. And I'm glad that they're doing good research instead of, you know, going out there and reading The Dark Knight Returns and claiming, you know, fucking Batman murders people like Zack Snyder did for his movie. But, you know, whatever. We're just going to move on. We're going to have a good fucking Batman movie in 2 years. And I'm hyped. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.